All right, guys, now on this video, I want to show you how to set up your business. Now, what I'm going to talk about is mainly for real estate businesses. If you're watching this, chances are you're setting up your own real estate business. But even if you're not in the real estate business, these principles here and these things that I'm going to answer, which are the frequently asked questions I get when people set up their business, this here will help you to get your business set up that much faster so that you can start doing deals right away, so you can start doing business right away. Okay, so let's jump right into it. All right, so people ask me, what entity do I use, or what do I put my properties into? Or if I'm starting a company, what kind of company do I use, and how do I set that up? So for me, every single company I have done has been a limited liability company. All right, there's all kinds of different entities you can that you can get into, and I want to stress on this video, I'm not an accountant, I'm not an attorney, not giving legal advice, but I'm just sharing with you my experiences so that this will guide you in a better direction to getting started. Because a lot of people have these questions, they want to get started, but they need to get these things set up. So a limited liability company needs to be registered with the state. So if you go to LegalZoom or a company like that online, they can set that up for you very easily. It's going to be a good few $100s to get it set up and file the fees. But once you start doing business, you do it under this entity to help protect yourself, you and your assets from anything else. So if let's say you have 5 properties you buy, you're rehabbing them, they're in a limited liability company. Someone tries to sue that entity, they can't get to your personal assets. If they sue you personally, potentially they could get to your limited liability company, but there's it's going to take them some time and money to do that. So by having a limited liability company or an entity set up that's separate from your personal name, you help protect yourself and your assets from potential litigation, because people do like to sue, they do like to do those things. So try and protect yourself, set up a limited liability company or something of that nature. Go to LegalZoom or hire an attorney to do this for you to make sure it's set up correctly. Not going to cost you a lot of money. It will cost you some, but it's definitely worth it to get that done. Okay? And don't spend, I just want to stress, don't spend so much time trying to analyze which entity you want to go with, or which anything here on this presentation you want to do. I've seen so many people spend weeks or months trying to figure these things out, and then take time from doing deals. If you're spending too much time doing these types of things, then you're not going to have deals. All right. So I would rather you go out and do deals first, and then get these things set up, get one deal under your belt, and do it, rather than spending so much time on this. So this here is just an overview to show you some of the things that you will need to put in place and that you can start thinking about and getting in place right away. Okay, so I wanted to get that out of the way. So another question people ask is, what kind of bookkeeping software should I use? For me, from the very first property I bought, I started using QuickBooks. QuickBooks is the easiest and most universal software you're going to find. Almost every CPA and accountant knows how to use it. Most bookkeepers know how to use it. There's a few others called Peachtree and Maz 90, Maz 10, Maz something. I can't remember what it's called. It's a very complex software, but QuickBooks is so easy to use that once you get it set up, you'll spend, I don't know, 100, 200 bucks buying the program. But once you go to the year end and you've got all your books on QuickBooks, it's going to save you 10 times over what you spent on QuickBooks compared to what it would take an accountant to go through all of your statements, to go through all of your receipts that haven't been recorded. You may as well record them as you go. In fact, every Tuesday, my CPA and my bookkeeper in my office go through QuickBooks, and they enter hundreds of transactions between credit card statements, closing statements, checks they write. They have everything in one location, and it allows me to be able to go through and run reports very quickly. So I know where my business is, I know where my financials are, I know what properties are making money, what aren't, and it just allows for good bookkeeping. I've seen so many people not know how much money they have into a property, and it's because they're not recording it and keeping track of it. If you want to start with an Excel spreadsheet because you've got one property, that's fine to start with. But once you start getting into multiple transactions, I highly recommend getting QuickBooks installed. And they have great tutorials on their site. You can Google or YouTube how-to videos and get QuickBooks set up very quickly and very easily. All right. Another question: what do I name my business? They say name my business. Help me name my business. So here's some principles that I'm going to tell you are very important when naming your business, because the name that you put on your business is something you're going to use for years, and you want to make sure that it's right, or it's something that will last for a long time. First of all, you need to make it clear and precise. There's a lot of people that will name their business something ventures or something properties, and that's fine if you want to do that. But if you can be more clear and precise, like for me, professional home buyers, we're professionals that buy homes. That's what I wanted to name my business. If you got cash, you close quickly, or that's what you want your motto to be, you can call yourself maybe quick cash home buyers, or Texas home buyers, or Kansas home buyers, or whatever name that you want to put on it. And when you're filing your limited liability company, you just got to check to make sure that it's not taken. Make sure it's not already registered, and also just do a search and make sure someone hasn't trademarked it, because you don't want to get into a battle where someone trademarked it and you happen to be in their territory. Okay. We're out of order there. Whoops. Keep it as short as possible. Professional home buyers is a little long, but I was able to shorten the website to prohomebuyer.com. I was able to get that. Domain, which was very nice, very short. Anything, yeah, the shorter the better, basically, when it comes to search engines. If you have a big long domain, it doesn't pick it up as well. So at least if you don't have a short name, at least have the ability to be able to shorten it, so that when you buy the domain, it registers better on the search engines. Our name is very short. We have a lot of SEO out there. We've got a lot of traffic to our websites. We're very high on the search engines, but having a short name definitely helps with getting ranked on Google. And jumping forward, number 3 came up before number 2, but number 3 is you want to have a good vanity number as well. When you set up your phone, if you want to use your cell phone to start, that's fine. You don't need to invest in a phone number or anything like that. But for me, I liked having a vanity phone number in the beginning, so I could put it on my cards, I could put it on my signs. Mine was 686 cell, 686 SELL, something easy to remember. I ended up buying 685 cell, and I also ended up being lucky enough, which I may license at some time. I also have 855 Pro Buyers, which is a toll-free number, so that anybody in the U.S. can call for free. And of course, with cell phones, everyone seems to have free long distance, but it's a universal number that it's not quite as good as an 800 number, but for what I needed for my business on a national level, 855 Pro Buyers is what I was able to get. All right. So naming your business, be clear and precise, make it as short as possible. And if you can get a vanity number, that's really going to help you, because when you're putting stuff on business cards and signs, you want people to remember it. All right. So people also say, how do I set up my website? All right. So this is a loaded question here, because there's so many ways to do it. First of all, I wouldn't spend, number 2 is a custom programmer, is what I'm going to mention. I wouldn't recommend spending thousands or tens of thousands of dollars on websites. I've done that in the past, and it's a lot of work. And you have to find the right programmer. They have to do it right. There's so many different logistics to it. There's a lot of real estate softwares out there that will actually put together templates for you that will get you started right away. And a couple that I put on the bottom for softwares, when I said real estate software at the beginning, the number 1 there, I'm talking about real estate specific softwares that already have lead capture pages and things of that nature. There's some of those out there. I don't like to recommend some because I know some aren't good, but that's something that if you can come across some and see good testimonials, see the reviews, and you're comfortable with it, they're not real expensive for what you get. So you may as well give it a try and see if it works for you. And if it doesn't, try something different. Two things that I use in some other businesses are Lead Pages and Optimized Press. Lead Pages is really cool because you can go in there and you can create a custom page with a URL that's already on Lead Pages domain, or you can put it on your own domain if you hire a programmer, a little bit of money to do that. And you can just, all you do is put text in. You put text in, you put images in. They already have the templates for you. You can do a lead box, which pops up, and you can put name, phone number, email address, and address in that pop-up box. So when you ask them for a free cash offer, they can just put their information in and emails you directly. You can, if you have Infusionsoft CRM, if you have some other CRM programs where you manage your leads, you can actually program it to go in there. So Lead Pages, if you want to spend just a little bit of money, their cost may have gone up by the time I bought it, but if you want to spend some money, that is the easiest way to get pages done the way that you want them. Maybe not exactly the way you want it, but at least be able to plug and play and just punch information in and get going today. I mean, it takes you probably after you get it figured out 20 to 30 minutes maybe to put a web page together. So easy. Optimized Press is similar. The difference is it takes a little more programming to get that installed on your WordPress, a WordPress platform. And so if you have a programmer that can install Optimized Press for you on your WordPress, basically Optimized Press, you can just plug and play. You can paste pictures in, you can drop them, you can drag them, you can type text in, you can put, they have formatted templates already for you. If you want to plug things in, you can delete some things they have on their template. It's more customizable than Lead Page, but it's going to take a little more programming to get that set up, and it's a little more difficult to get set up. But once you get set up, it's so easy to manage and so easy to change things on your web page. All right. So those are the main things that I wanted to get through to you today. So remember, when you're setting up your entity, get with LegalZoom and attorney, set up an LLC. It's not hard. It's not anything that's gonna that should take a lot of time. Just get it set up and use it. With accounting software, the sooner you can get QuickBooks in place, the better. Once you start doing deals, I wouldn't recommend setting it up before you start doing deals because you're going to spend money that you don't need to at that point. Start getting a deal under contract. Start doing some business, and once you realize that you need to start recording a lot of receipts and things like that, invest in it, use it, and that way your accountant at the end of the year can have all the information they need at the end of the year. And as far as your name, remember, make it very clear what you do. If you're an LLC, you may want to put an LLC after it. If you have an LLC and you don't want to, like Professional Home Buyers, I have that LLC, but I don't put LLC after my name. So it looks a lot better if you don't for branding. It's something that if it's on your website, you may want to put that at the bottom just to protect yourself. But make your name clear to what you do. Try and get a vanity number and a good website and a web domain that is clear to your business so that you can start using that right away. And some of these things here on how to build a website, you can search for some software out there. You can hire a custom programmer if you know someone that you trust and you want to spend a little bit of money on someone to do that. And if you just want to, get lead pages for capturing seller leads, that's so easy to set up. I think they may give a free trial or at least a 30-day money-back guarantee. So take advantage of that and go set those things up. So this here is just an overview of some of these things. We may potentially get deeper into some other videos on these specific topics, but I wanted to do this overview with you so that you kind of understood it better and you don't feel lost, like you don't know where to start, or you think you have to have some of these things done right now. You really don't have to have any of these done right now, but once you start doing business, you really will have to dive into these and get some of these things set up. So get out there, start doing some deals, and start making some things happen. We'll see you later, guys.